was your first salary like?
So from let's say 60 to 1.2.
Okay.
The entry level can expect anywhere between 40k to 60 Canadian dollars.
Right.
I think you will be around 40,000 Danish crowns.
Okay.
After 5 years, you'd probably be around 50,000 Danish crowns.
What do you do?
I'm a company secretary and I've pursued LLB.
What was your first job?
As a consultant.
Okay.
As a waitress.
So right now I'm exploring influencer management and social media management.
I am a PR expert in BFSI sector. I do public relations and reputation management for BFSI companies.
Wow. Sounds very highly intellectual and interesting job, I'm sure.
I work in HR.
Okay.
I process the payroll and benefits. I take interviews. I hire people.
Okay.
That's like some of my main duties.
Sam Bonaita. I'm working as a social media manager at Impulse Coffees.
Okay.
I'm Sneha. I'm working as an operations assistant at Impulse Coffees.
My name is Payal. I work as the head of operations and brand marketing strategy at Impulse Coffees.
So I'm an HR manager currently,
Okay.
and I've been in this role for the past 9 months.
Okay.
And yeah, this was my role right after college, so I got this placement via college campus placements.
Can you just explain our audience what is influencer marketing?
So influencer marketing is basically just finding the correct influencers that suit a brand's image and setting up collabs for them
Okay.
and setting up a budget for the influencers as well as the clients.
Okay. And what's a typical day in your work looks like?
Honestly, I'm into BFSI, right? So the newspapers and BFSI, like the journalists, they are pretty serious. Like they're not like I'm not shaming entertainment, but they're not like people who you can call at 10 in the night or whatever.
Right.
And the printing stops at like 4 or 5 p.m.
Okay.
max 10 p.m. But
Right.
that's for emergency cases.
Okay.
So my work has to get over in relation with the media till like max 4 o'clock. My work technically ends at 4 o'clock, and then I just do my personal work in work itself.
Wow,
Because it's not
okay.
just media that I talk to, there's other stuff that I do.
Right.
So my day starts at 9:30, it ends at like 5:30.
Okay. So why CS and LLB?
I believe CS is something legal language. Basically, it's something that not everyone knows.
Yeah.
So it's a very lucrative field.
So I'm a lab-based scientist, so most of my day is working in a lab with different techniques and assays that I develop for the pharma industry. Yeah.
Do you mind telling which company do you work in?
I work for the University of Copenhagen.
Okay.
I work for Novo Nordisk.
We deal with like employee complaints. It could be anywhere around 20 to 50 on a daily basis. It could be employee complaints, processing payroll for any ministry employee that works there, processing the benefits, pension, or just anything that they need to be fulfilled by the HR, or even like interviewing the people or helping the managers with it.
So we start by posting content in the morning. Also, we have certain meetings. We strategize for the month or for the week. We also shoot reels. We plan our YouTube videos, shoot that as well.
We handle back-end operations. We use ShipRocket, Shopify, Amazon, Swiggy Minis. We are also looking to expand, so I'm doing research for that as well.
So I start with speaking to vendors, speaking to a lot of brands that we're trying to collaborate with, strategize with, meetings of expansion, product development, working with my assistant to sort of get everything rolling since she's just onboarded.
What's your designation and which kind of industry are you working in?
So right now I'm the head of operations and brand strategy at Impulse Coffees. I handle the FMCG backend with e-commerce, logistics, inventory management, branding for a startup, basically a coffee startup.
So my role has 2 parts to it. It's strategic and operational. So on an operational level, monthly I have this role where I release certain communication mailers with the employees. This includes reward and recognition and the nominations behind it. So it's like a monthly activity. Then I also have a monthly activity where I put in like some engagement activities month on month. So I strategize for those.
What's the average package one can expect in this industry?
Yeah, it depends on the position. Like the entry level can expect anywhere between 40k to 60 Canadian dollars. That's just the entry positions, and then with experience, it just goes above.
What's the average package one can expect when they're starting out?
Around 7 lakhs.
Okay. And after you work, let's say for 4 or 5 years in a company, how much can you expect?
Nothing less than 15, I guess.
Someone has 1 or 2 million followers. Do you think they can earn in crores?
Yeah, definitely, definitely.
After working at this company for 5 years, what's the average package you can expect here?
In cabbage, I think you will be around 40,000 Danish crowns.
Okay.
After 5 years, you'd probably be around 50,000 Danish crowns.
Right. What's the average package one can expect here?
7 to 8 lakhs,
Okay. And after you work for a good amount of years?
something around 15, 16.
What was your first salary like?
So from let's say 60 to 1.2.
Okay. What's the average package you can expect in this industry?
So if I convert to rupees, I think 1 to 2 lakh per month. Because
month, yeah,
for us
yeah,
it's
we're
monthly,
talking
on a monthly basis, not on a yearly basis.
If you have to tell me 3 important skills that one should have, what would that be like?
Time management, teamwork, efficiency to work, hardworking.
I think you have to be flexible and you have to have a lot of drive and you have to be independent and proactive in that sense.
Right.
And I think for me, it would be a scientific and analytical mindset and curiosity to change the world and to find knowledge that isn't found yet.
People need to have some HR experience before because it was difficult for me to get into HR directly right after graduating. So I got some experience in an internship firm first, and then after that experience I was able to secure a proper position. So I work for the government and we do look for experienced people or someone who has had like masters in HR.
If you have to describe a company culture where you used to work previously, what would that be like in 3 words?
Too much work.
Okay.
Yeah, and but very friendly also.
Yeah.
They were very friendly also, and long hours.
If you have to describe your colleagues or your teammates, how would you describe them?
It's such a wonderful environment. Really friendly, really nice, and I think really supportive. It's a company culture where people help each other out instead of striving to be the better one.
Right.
I think I would say something similar. Even though I'm a foreigner in the country and in the company, everybody's super welcoming, and I never feel out of place or ostracized in any way.
Company culture is something that you get to explore many things being in a aviation background, because traveling is the best thing you can do. So your job provides you that opportunity to have a travel also. Second thing is you learn to explore new things, meet new people daily. Means working at the airport you have a great experience, so you get many people around you. So that's one of key points you can have, because exploring people, it's the main culture, if you can say, that people are taking in themselves.
So the company culture is mostly you need that commitment, the timeline, and just proper organization.
Right.
Organizing your work better. Yeah.
I think people in my company have a lot of integrity.
Okay.
And apart from that, I also feel like they are very empathetic, at least like from my experience so far. I feel like they're very, very understanding. Like if you're really genuinely going through something, I haven't gone through anything, but I've seen like on a general basis, if somebody is going through something, we are very understanding about it.
Right.
And they also focus a lot on the quality of work.
We're very on the go, quick hustle. We prefer quality, like quality of life, work, product, everything end to end. And it's also like keeping open communication is the one very important thing that is prioritized in our startup, because it's just a team of 5 people. So we try to communicate as much as possible. Everyone does everything. So it's a mix of, it's basically a proper startup culture, but with work-life balance.
If you had to choose between a startup or a MNC, what would you choose?
I would choose startups since at a startup there's a small working team. You actually get to experience everything at every scale. Even though I'm working at operations, I still get to see all the work that goes even behind, whether it's social media or logistics or anything related. I get to work with the head of department, even the co-founder as well. So there's just lots of things to learn at a startup that you might not get to learn in an MNC.
Right. So I have experience in both. I started at startups. I worked at an MNC and I'm now at a startup. Currently, I prefer a startup because you get to learn a lot. You get to work at the ground level of things and build it from there. But maybe in a few years, I'd want something more stable. It's going to give me like stability in life, basically. So MNCs are perfect for that. But if you're looking to learn, expand, grow, then I think startups the way to go.
If there's one piece of advice you'd like to give to someone who is just starting out in this career, what would that be?
Don't think your life has ended if you've made a decision.
Yeah.
You can always change what you're doing, so don't worry. You don't have to know everything right now.